Hello and welcome back to another round of Graviteam Tactics. A new DLC has dropped at the end of last week called Edge of Storm. So again one of those weird titles. Why not Edge of the Storm at the very least? But okay, never mind. Now this one is kind of special in that it plays in 1941, I think the first one that plays that early. And yeah, I'm playing the first campaign from that. The last campaign I played for Graviteam was this huge one that took like 5 years, or it felt like it at least. This should be very quick and sweet, I hope. Well, at least quick. So, some of you might notice we already played here before. One of the earlier video series for Graviteam that I did was the Under the Cruel Star campaign, and that actually played in this exact same area. And that one, that was during the winter, not in October, so it was snowy. I defended with SS troops along this line here. The Russians attacked me with cavalry and Valentine tanks, and I basically held them at this line for ages. And after a while they flanked me and threatened these positions, but I threw them out again, and that gave me the win. Now this time I'm advancing to capture these positions from the other side, and obviously it's not snow. And yeah, that's it. It's a pretty simple campaign. I have here basically a depleted, no, well, not even depleted. I have a battalion here that I will use to advance in this axis, and there's a second battalion that will come in later. I also have cavalry and scout forces as support. We are advancing to the east in October 1941 towards Kharkov, and we're part of the 297th Infantry Division. Due to the difficult weather conditions, the artillery and transport of the division lagged behind the forward units. And this is something that I noticed. We don't have any like 10.5 centimeter batteries or anything that we can call in. We do have mortars though, but all in all we have very little support. We also don't have tanks or anything like that. So yeah, that will be kind of tough. My plan now is just I want to advance straight towards the Russians. The Russians are apparently part of the broken 169th Rifle Division. It lost most of its heavy weapons, and yeah, they were spotted here. And our combat mission is disperse the retreating Soviet units, reach the crossings on the river Mza in the Merefa area, capture the crossings and reach the southern outskirts of Kharkov. So I don't know where those river crossings are exactly, but we at least have to capture these places here, I would say, and then maybe advance more in this direction as well, maybe with these follow-on forces. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Now here we are. It selected these forces for us, and oh, it would have been nice to have at least this one as well, but okay, I guess these attacked first. So, we'll see which of all these objectives we will be able to actually get. It might be that we will have to content ourselves with just going for this one, or for this one actually. Nah, for this one will probably be better. We will see. Alright, here we are. I finished deployment. I have my infantry company here with 3 platoons. So I really don't have a lot of forces. So what I will do, first of all, I have my mortars and heavy machine guns in Overwatch here as well as back here. I have 2 platoons, a cavalry platoon and a normal scout platoon that are for recon. So what I will do with them, they will move up first. So the first phase of this battle will simply be recon. My forces will go here and through this gully here, investigate, and if they encounter fire they will retreat again. And then I will decide if I attack with my main forces in the direction of Bulaki over here, or in the direction of what I want to call the crossroad, or what is it called actually? Yeah, crossroads, and the farmstead over here. And that's basically it. I have no heavy support, but I might actually, due to my heavy machine guns, have more heavy weapons than the Russians, somewhat ironically. As you can see, this is the terrain. You might remember this from when it was in the snow, and Like then it's very, very flat. Well, I mean it's not completely flat, but pretty flat. It looks fairly muddy as well. And Bulaki, which I defended as the SS back in the day, is kind of, it's in this gully, which actually makes it very hard for me to attack, because it's hard to get long-range fire on there, which is what I do best, basically. So yeah, we will see how the Russians are actually arrayed here. And here we go. It is extremely foggy. Here are my guys in a nice greatcoat. Over here as well, and here comes my, no, yes, more infantry of course. Where are my recon guys? Pretty sure I told them to go recon, but so far I don't see a lot of movement. Some of them are hidden in here. Alright, I had actually forgotten to tell them to start the orders. Never mind. Okay, so we are scouting forward and see if we can make any contact. Now, if I manage to take this whole area without making contact with my recon forces here, then I can move up all my fire support over here, and then from there it should actually be kind of possible, if I, for example, put my heavy machine guns and stuff on this little ridge here, it should then be possible to get into Bulaki, you know, or alternatively over there. I actually can already see some trenches here, interesting. So that's probably where the Russians are. Good to know. Okay, my scouting forces are still advancing through this muck and, what's the best word? Yeah, fog, mist, whatever. Here they go. Now it seems like from the positions that we can already see, the Russians are concentrated on this objective here, and they are dug in. Since my forces here have not been taken under fire so far, that means that this area is obviously free of the Russians, and they can't see into it from outside due to the fog. So I already moved up my heavy machine guns and such. Obviously in a column, so they are quicker, and you know, these are the rest of the infantry platoons. I move them behind the scouting forces in a column, so they are nice and quick, and because I don't expect them to be under attack here. And here's the scout platoon, and the cavalry is also, I don't know where they are actually. By the way, the cavalry, of course, on foot in this game, so there's no horses. Fucking amazing as that would be. Yeah, the cavalry is over there. I pressed the wrong button there. This is the cavalry. For some reason they have different uniforms. Maybe that's historically accurate, I don't know. Although I have to say, this game is fairly historically accurate in general, but the uniforms are not one part of that. For one thing, these are wearing SS trousers, even though we're an infantry division. So, there's that. Anyway, there's Bulaki. Here's the crossroad. I think we should be getting pretty close to those positions. Yeah. That's my scouting forces. Now it's said in the briefing that the Russians are on the retreat, but not gonna lie, it kind of looks more like that again. What is kind of worrying to me is this little race here, because that means it's very hard for me to get long-range fire on them. Imagine I would have to fight from here with the Russians that are dug in. It would be fucking horrible, especially considering that the Russians probably have more automatic rifles and such compared to me. Although I have machine guns, of course. I guess if I placed some machine guns over here, it could work. So far there's no contact, so that's good. Here's my scouts. Apparently the scouts use this uniform, and the normal infantry uses the greatcoats. Well, that's, I guess, good to know. We're close to the hill here now. I'm bringing my forces into position. So far we actually... my scouts actually moved right up to these Russian foxholes. And so far... no fire. Just as I said, I hear fire. That might be my scouts here. Yeah, those are the cavalry scouts. They must have found the enemy. They did take the crossroad, but stumbled into these enemy forces here. I did tell them to fall back, or at least I think that's what I told them. I did tell them to fall back if they encounter opposition, and I think it's what they're trying to do here. Because they're not really well equipped for a firefight like this. They did take the crossroad though, interestingly, and that's where I told them to fall back to. But okay, we know now Russian infantry is here, not stuck in for some reason. Jesus Christ, we actually took quite a few casualties there. Okay, we popped smoke. Obviously we are in a firefight, but it's not going great. I'm not gonna lie here. The Russians do outgun us at this range. Although we did cause some casualties. However, I told my infantry to maybe support. The problem is, of course, that they are still quite far away, and the visibility is bad. But yeah, infantry, I want them to move over to this line here, this road, where there's a bit of elevation. And then we can hopefully, that's my scouts falling back, and then we can hopefully support our cavalry there. I wonder if these positions aren't empty, because I did actually simply capture this hill. I kind of want to tell my one infantry platoon to just get in here and defend here, then they should use these foxholes that the Russians so thoughtfully provided for us. Yeah, we're falling back here. I mean, that's what scout troops are for, you know, they don't take ground with them normally. It was just to check out where they were, and we found them. Okay, the Russians are pushing us back though. They are going towards the crossroad that we took with them. Yeah. That's the machine gunner. Okay, well, it turns out there are Russians in here, and they opened up finally. So yeah, I think it's in part because the fog is actually lifting. They're using smoke grenades to maybe get closer here. And that also means, yeah, my machine gunners can also open up on those Russians that are attacking our cavalry over there. And here comes my infantry as well. So yeah, we're fighting in several directions now. I think we're gonna stay here because this is probably the more important area. Shit, we're also taking fire from over there, huh? Yep, the Russians are dug into these positions here. Okay, we're getting close with our smoke nades. Oh, it's always the first guy to get in, huh? I don't like the sound of that. I think that's a Maxim gun. Yeah. Oh, that looked a bit wonky, but I think we got him. So, how's it going at the crossroad? These are our guys. Okay, so that's the scouts from the cavalry unit. There's a lot of bodies here, but other than that seems fairly quiet. I wonder if our heavy machine guns mowed them down. We'll have to check on that later, because obviously most of the firing is going on still here. Yeah, these are what we need to use here. Over there you can see our infantry assault going in. Wonder, what are they shooting at back here? Do they have heavy weapons over here or something? It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, as always in this game, basically. Okay. I think my machine guns are in a pretty decent position, so that's good for now. Here we go. We have taken these positions where we did have significant casualties doing that. Shit, there's some kind of mortar there. Although we did seem to have gotten them. Anyway, these positions are mostly cleared. Oh shit, yeah. The Russian mortars are falling here now, which is not great. But yeah, these positions seem mostly cleared. I'm advancing into Bulaki now, I decided on that. Over here, I'm still advancing back towards the crossroad in the flank of that Russian attack from earlier. Hopefully there's not too many more here. Alright, silence has fallen over the battlefield. Short overview. One platoon is here, had heavy casualties but took the Russian positions. We see Russian movement inside. Second platoon is moving up next to them, will then assault with smoke into Bulaki, hopefully taking the positions. Over here we defeated the counterattack that really killed most of our cavalry platoon at the crossroad, and now this platoon is doing their own thing, shooting flares and going towards the farmstead over here. If they get into trouble here, I will probably push them back, to be honest, but pull them back, to be honest, but I will check out if they even defend this. Over here, as I said, we are moving up now. Here we are, no fire so far. Now we have to clear out the actual farmstead, and that's gonna be annoying. Okay. Getting ready for the assault. Black flare deployed. Let's see how we fare here. Waiting for everybody to gather up, and then the whistle is blown. There seems to be at least some firing going on here. heard that. Okay, there's apparently firing going on over there, but also over here. Okay, that's our attack towards Farmstead. Oh, they have a Dishka here. Okay, so I don't want to attack here with a single infantry platoon. 1 second. Okay, pretty disjointed battle right now. I told the other guys over at the farmstead to retreat towards the crossroad. They are under fire from heavy Russian weapons, including mortars from over there. And over here we are beginning our assault. I think there's at least a few Russians still in here. So how is it going over here? Are these guys properly retreating? Not really. I don't like this. There's a lot of Russian flares going up here, so they have significant forces here. I did tell them to covert move back. To me that means get the hell out of dodge. Yeah, okay, they're kind of doing it. Could be a bit quicker, I guess, but I mean they are doing a fighting retreat, obviously, so it's probably fine. Russian artillery fire is following them, though. I hope we can get them behind there. Over here, smoke is being deployed. Where's that artillery fire coming from? That's really annoying. But soon we will be, or we are already, inside the farmstead here. Not farmstead, the village. Let's hope there's not a whole Russian battalion in here. Okay, that's not nice. Yeah, get that MP40 forward. Yeah, we are retreating, yeah, that's good, I guess. As I said, I have to concentrate my forces. I can't send one platoon in here if there's look at all this fucking flares. It's too dangerous, but over here, of course, sending one platoon into here with another one in support. Decent, I hope. So far there doesn't seem to be any, like, close combat fighting in here. We're just taking mortar fire from over there somewhere. Yeah, that's probably it. Oh, oh, they're using smoke and incendiary ammo, huh? Okay, now we're getting into combat in here as well. I think they threw a nade in here. Of course, this kind of close combat fighting is always horrible in terms of taking lots of casualties, like, well, that's a dead Russian at least. Yeah, there's Russians in here. Okay, we're attacking into here. We have technically already captured the key points for some reason, but there's still Russians in here with lots of submachine guns, which surprises me for 1941, to tell you the truth, but yeah, submachine guns here actually quite useful at this range. We already lost 8 people last time I checked, and it's probably going up by with each burst of submachine gun fire. There's a Russian. Get these submachine gunners, they're annoying as hell. Ah, there goes my guy. Lots of hand grenades being thrown as well. But we are killing more of them than the other way around, I would say. A tracer fire is causing the ground to burn. Don't know where that firing is coming from, but we are advancing through the village. That's what counts, I guess. I remember when I defended this, the Russians attacked from exactly the same area, so that's kind of funny. It was a bit more snowy back then. That seems like that's a sniper actually. Okay, we got him. One thing is for certain, we will not take the whole village. Seems too little time and too many casualties for now. Seems like Russian forces are coming at us from the north. I have told my guys to take cover and not advance further here because we have taken the objective, and I didn't want to get them too mixed up here. But it seems like they are counterattacking us now. For one thing, from this hill. Also lots of red flares going up over there. Probably not to just do a little bit of nice fireworks, and that means something and not something nice. Meanwhile, over here, the platoon that retreated from the farmstead, they're pretty tired now, but they're here now, and I will feed them into Bulaki as well to give us a bit more of an edge in there, while our first platoon that made the initial assault will stay here due to being depleted mostly. They're firing from over here, but they're not really advancing. It's weird. Oh, okay, there's more positions here, so that's probably their main defensive line for North Bulaki. That's not great, of course. Here comes my reinforcements. Here come my reinforcements, I should say. Interesting stuff. The Russians are counterattacking me now from this direction, so that's this is a farmstead, and they're coming across the open now. So my reserve infantry platoon is taking them under fire from over there. As well as my heavy machine guns, I believe. And my mortars now too. So we should be able to inflict some casualties. I moved up my medium mortars for that. Or actually heavy mortars, 80mm. I hope we can beat down this attack with our heavy weapons here. So what does it look like in the village? Russian flares are going up. Are they actually trying to counterattack me now? I do have 2 platoons in here now. The others I told to take up defensive positions over here. Maybe I should use them a bit more offensively. Still in combat with Russian elements here. The new, or not new, but the infantry platoon that I fed into the village here will now, for the last minutes of the battle, attack a bit. Hopefully inflict casualties, maybe push them back. The Russians have offered a ceasefire, which we are not going to take. It's only like 7 minutes left anyway. You can still hear my heavy weapons going over that Russian assault over there. I love how the height map is very complex. I wish we could make something like that in Battlefield 2. It would make maps a lot more complex without having to resort to tons of different static objects and stuff. I like that. Okay, I think this is the main Russian position here, which we will probably attack soon with our other infantry companies. We're actually firing at that weird Russian position here on top of the hill now. Maybe we can drive them off there. Okay, we killed at least one of them. That one is wounded as well, but okay, I think he is back up, yeah. My guys are over there, obviously. And, oh, that looked painful. So, yeah. Are advancing quite nicely here. The Russian mortars can't see us in here, actually. Obviously my own heavy fire support also can't see anything, but hell. Oh, that was close. Yeah, due to our machine guns at this range, we actually have a big edge. Also no SMGs. Oops, that was a bit far. Using smoke to get closer as well. Ah, one of ours got hit. And we need to be careful that we don't get too close to those stuck-in positions there, but I think before that the battle will end anyway. And here we go, total victory, that's what we like to see. We had 64 casualties, that's actually quite a bit. 10 killed, 54 heavily wounded, 26 wounded. They had 97 casualties, so not actually that many. I mean, more than ours, but yeah, 30 killed, so that's quite a bit more. And yeah, let's look at the battles. And oh, we took all of Bulaki. Interesting. We took basically all of this, but not this thing here, even though we have the crossroad, but obviously this is still in Russian hands. Interesting stuff. Quite interesting, actually. Okay. Anyway, that was quite something. Quite heavy casualties. I mean, you know, in kind of popular culture, people are always like, ah, yeah, in 1941 the Russians got their asses kicked, you know, and only the winter stopped the Germans and all that bullshit. And but what many people kind of forget about is that the Germans, like German infantry divisions by the time of the Battle of Moscow, were like at 30% strength or something, and this is why. This were the kind of battles that were fought, for example, like here at Kharkov, where there was a lot of bitter fighting and a lot of casualties. Okay. Oh, another thing I want to mention, this was a breath of fresh air after the last campaign, where after a while it was a lot of fighting in the same place, a lot of static fighting, whereas here you fight, like, this was a very dynamic battle where platoons fought in different places, and at one point I retreated one and put them into battle here again, so there was a lot more going on. Probably also made it a bit complicated to watch, but still. Okay, let's go back to the operational map. Okay, I'm a bit annoyed in that for some reason, I mean, all this was red. I didn't imagine that, right? It's probably because, actually I don't know why that was. That was weird. But yeah, next battle we will be attacking with this infantry company into Bulaki. I hope we already cost them quite a few casualties so that we can actually win this. We push them back here, and next round we will finally get the actual defensive position here. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.